What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is, man. This is your boy, the historian. We're getting ready to get to this halftime report. But before we do, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for us so we can go ahead and get to it. We got a lot to talk about. So let's get to it. So welcome to the halftime report.
BirdCage.
What's going on, man? You already know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. You're in the birdcage with your boy, the historian, to talk about the, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. So if y'all hear me kind of coughing or sniffling a little bit, just forgive me for that. But, that's the holidays coming. The weather was changing. So I sound a little bit like Barry White right about now. So y'all forgive me. But again, so far, I can't complain with the defense. We've kept these guys to 3 field goals in the first half. Defense is holding up. Bankhead Bates got this thing started today. Let's just keep that a book. Bankhead Bates got it started. All I can say is it's just sad that we mess up opportunities the way that we did in the first half. And all I can say is this, man, it's just one of those things. So when you look at it, we drove all the way down the field before halftime. That should have ended in points, whether if it was 3 or 7. You still had timeouts. You had time. You were trying to wind up the clock. Instead of getting cute with it, guess what? You're in the red zone. The run game has been working for you. Feed Cordell Patterson. He was eating on that drive. And he had a statement run right before we went to that pass. Before Bijan Robinson ended up going for the 2-yard first down. Let's just keep it a buck. Cordell Patterson is running with an attitude today. You don't take the ball out of that man's hands. I'm sorry. Not on that drive. That was just a drive where that is where you take their heart. That was where we were supposed to take their heart. I mean, we're up 14-9, but we'd be up 21-9 right now if we'd have kept feeding Cordell Patterson. Stop getting cute. Look at the 4th and 2 that we had in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Who moves an offensive tackle and shifts them down, and you're running to the side to the area where there's nobody in that gap to protect Ritter when he's going to go on that run? Fullback can only do but so much. You had a numbers game. You had 5 guys on one side with pretty much 3 blockers and Ritter running, period. CP is bringing up the identity of the Falcons right now. This is something that has to continue, and it has to keep going. Has to. Passing, Ritter's got 7 completions for 77 yards, 1 interception. He's been finding Drake London. But the best part about it is Ritter is learning that I can use my legs to get out of trouble. I don't have to be a. The thing that's killing the Falcons right now is we do not finish drives. We don't finish drives. And with us not finishing drives or whatnot, this is just getting to a point where it's getting bad. It's getting bad. And the one thing that we have to do with everything that's going on or whatnot, all I can say is it's just got to get better. It's got to get better. And with everything getting better or whatnot, it's just got to pretty much put us in a position where we can win football games. So with us winning this game, we're going to have to come back out here. Defense is going to continue to do what they're doing, but they're going to have to limit Chris Olave. You've got to get Mike Hughes out of it. You've got to get Mike Hughes out of it. Mike Hughes is getting burnt like a piece of honey-baked toast. So with everything that else is happening right now, it's just pretty much one of those things where we're seeing it from a different perspective of, all right, when are we going to stop this passing game? When are we going to put ourselves in a position to make some things really get happen? All I can say is right now, you need to keep DeMarco Hellams in there. You need to keep DeMarco Hellams in there, period, on that defense. He's actually able to limit what you're doing. Got to give a shout out to Trey Flowers. He is the first Falcon defender that I have seen put a hat on Taysom Hill. He ended up coming up, giving him a good shot. Taysom Hill, think about it. He's been tiptoeing since he got that hit put on him. Now, we have to get on to this offensive play call. Arthur Smith, do not take the ball out of the hot hand. Do not take the ball out of the hot hand. You know, shout out to the Dixon Way raid. They've checked us out and whatnot. I apologize. I was trying to get some things put up, but all I can say is this, man. You really have to be in a situation right now where you have to keep running the ball. New Orleans cannot stop our running game. You have to pick and choose when we can run the ball, period. You're talking about running gaps. You're pretty much talking about running against their gaps. They're not having guys that are filling those gaps. That's why we're able to execute. In the second half, what's going to probably end up happening, they're going to have linebackers in those gaps. But here's the thing. Feed Cordell Patterson. This is his game. This is his kind of game. Tough sledding, he loves it. He's running through arm tackles. Guys don't want to get it. Now, the thing that's tiring this off, if you hadn't paid attention, tiring this defense out, they're using Desmond Ridder a lot more. They're using Desmond Ridder a lot more, period. He's using his legs, and he's putting himself in position to open things up. Now, if you remember when we had Matt Ryan, you know, the New Orleans defense could just pin their ears back and just come get it. They could just come get it. And we're not allowing them to come get it. We're actually having to keep them on their toes. Has to keep a good balance. Arthur Smith, you are in the driver's seat right now, buddy. You're calling these plays. Start executing. Because if you lose this game, that seat that's hot right now for your behind is going to be scorching pretty soon. Because you have a chance to take the lead in the division, and we could be 3-0. Even though we're one game behind, we're going to be tied with these guys with the record, 5-6. We'll have a tie record, but we will have the lead in the division. And the only thing we'd have to do is continue to win the division games. You take a 3-0 lead and you continue to handle your business, hey, you've beaten practically everybody in this division. This is a game we got to have. We've got to have it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can't sit there and be mad right now. You know, Jeff Okudah, he's doing his thing. You know, he got beat on one route, but he also had a couple of nice stops. All I can say is this, man. We've got to put ourselves in a position to really win this game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anytime you have a chance to get points, you got to capitalize. That fourth and 2 he decided to run with Ridder, he should have taken the points. Points add up. We need 7. But if you're in a rivalry game like this and you know that the momentum can swing either way, you've got to get points. You've got to generate points, whether it's by field goals or touchdowns. I prefer touchdowns. But if you can't get a touchdown, don't overthink it. Take the 3. Cool has been money all year. That's been your MVP. Continue to let this man add up points, because eventually Ridder's going to break one, Bijan's going to break one, Cordell Patterson's going to break one. But the guy that you need to start using in the second half, I know it's been a little bit of a struggle for him so far in this game. You've got to get Tyler Algier in the red zone. That is Cordell Patterson, red zone, let him hammer. Bijan Robinson, you use him in space because you see that he's picking up yardage in the passing game. You need to have it to where you're rotating these backs. You got a three-headed monster. Now you got a 4-headed monster because Ridder remembers that he's got legs to run with. You got a 4-headed monster now. Go ahead, let these guys do their thing, and just go ahead and win this ball game. You have umpteen talent right now. You have more than enough talent to win the ball game, period. There's no excuse why New Orleans should be hanging around. We already know that Derek Carr is going to give us another. We already know he's going to give us another. And the other guy that I'm going to say, if we're going to be in the red zone passing, do not pass in the middle of the field. Start using your tall receivers and your tight ends. Start having corner routes, and you need to start using these guys on pretty much quick out routes or short dig routes. That is how you got to use these big body ball catchers. Your tight ends that you spent this money on, these big body receivers. And I got to give a shout out to Van Jefferson. It seems like he found his hands and whatnot. You know, I think he might have left his hands in LA for a while, but on that scramble that helped us get the first down to keep this drive going, he definitely found his hands. If he can have consistent hands with the speed and the route running that young man possesses, we have a weapon. You know, we have a serious weapon. Sean Jefferson's son definitely is a problem if he can get his hands together. The thing is, We just have to capitalize on it. You've got the scheme. Shout out to Drake London because he's been clutch today. Kyle Pitts did his thing on a couple of catches. He's blocking today. Can't take anything away from him. And, you know, it's 2 penalties that I'm willing to take. Jonnu Smith, I'll say this, man. I can't be mad at you for getting in that fight. I can't be mad at you. It's a rivalry game. We've been pushed around too long. We need some people with some attitude. DeMarco Hellams, shout out to the rookie. He got a good lick off somebody and he let them know about it. I'll take that 15-yard long as my defense is keeping them out. Pretty much, you're not going to come into our house and push us around. It don't work like that, baby. You in the ATL, shout. Let's get it. So second half is coming up, man. We got to keep continuing to pound the ball, pound the rock, give it to CP. Let Bijan run. Ritter, start using him on bootleg. Start using him on option routes where he can have a choice to throw or use his legs. But that's all I got. Y'all already know what to do. Go ahead and like and subscribe. We're going to have that link posted for you guys to check us out after the game. I'm expecting the party line. That's what I'm expecting. I don't want the benediction at all. It's been a good weekend for Atlanta sports. The Dogs, I'm sorry, for Georgia sports, you got the Dogs that won yesterday. The Hawks won yesterday. You know, now we just need these Falcons to go ahead and let's have a quick sweep. But y'all be easy. We'll see you after the game.